Okay, let's dive in. We're taking a hard look at something that's, well, it's not just changing our phones, is it? It's fundamentally reshaping the entire global economy, artificial intelligence.
Yeah, it's huge. Not some far-off thing anymore.
Exactly. Feels like an economic earthquake happening right now. So, to guide us today, we're unpacking one core document. It's a comprehensive report that really zeroes in on AI as an economic catalyst, looks at both the opportunities, and the challenges.
Right, the good and the bad, basically.
Think of this deep dive as your personal guide to quickly grasp the critical insights from this analysis. Our mission is pretty straightforward. Extract the most important nuggets about how AI is shaking things up.
Both the potential and the hurdles.
The huge potential for growth, definitely, but also the serious hurdles we absolutely need to navigate.
And what's really interesting about this source, I think, is how clearly it lays out that core tension. You've got AI promising, well, unprecedented shifts.
Like what specific?
Yeah, huge gains in productivity. Entirely new waves of innovation, creating value in ways we're maybe just starting to grasp.
Okay.
But right alongside that promise, it raises these really profound questions, things we have to pay attention to.
Like the impact on jobs.
Exactly. The future of jobs, the risk of, widening inequality, crucial ethical stuff, and the pressing need for thoughtful regulation. It's all in there.
Absolutely. So for you listening, we're going to walk you right through the key findings from this analysis. The goal is really for you to quickly get the big picture
What the report sees as the major forces, why they matter.
and what the analysis suggests we should be thinking about as we move forward. Sound good?
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's unpack the good news first. The source starts by highlighting the big positive AI boosting productivity and efficiency. How does this analysis say that's actually, translating into real economic benefits?
Well, this document points to what it calls intelligent automation. And that's presented as a really tangible benefit that's already here.
Intelligent automation.
Okay. Yeah. It's AI allowing companies to optimize their operations on a massive scale, from streamlining really complex supply chains to dramatically improving how they handle customer service.
So it's not just theory.
No, not at all. It directly reduces costs and speeds things up,
Heck.
production, service delivery, you name it. The report gives some pretty concrete examples, too.
Right.
In manufacturing, AI predicting when machinery might fail. That means far less unplanned downtime, which is huge.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
And in customer service, think about sophisticated chatbots, virtual assistants.
Yeah.
They can handle a huge volume of routine queries,
Right.
which then frees up the human teams.
Right. To focus on the more complex, higher value problems. That's
Exactly.
optimizing what's already there, which makes sense. But here's where I think it gets really interesting. How AI uses just vast amounts of data, not just to optimize, but to unlock whole new levels of understanding.
You nailed it. The report really emphasizes AI's, unparalleled ability to analyze big data, these
Yeah.
enormous complex data sets. AI does it with speed and accuracy no traditional system could ever match.
And the value there is finding things hidden in the noise.
Precisely.
Oh.
Extracting insights that were previously buried, and these insights are absolutely critical for big strategic decisions.
Such as?
Things like dynamically optimizing pricing in real time based on demand, or rapidly identifying emerging market trends before everyone else jumps on board. The analysis connects this capability directly to driving business innovation.
And competitiveness.
And competitiveness, absolutely, across different sectors.
Okay, so that's improving existing businesses, making them smarter, faster. But this document also makes a strong case that AI isn't just making the old world better, it's actually helping build a new one, creating whole industries.
Yes, the source is very clear on that. AI is a major engine for what it calls disruptive innovation. It's not just tweaking things. It's enabling totally new kinds of industries and services.
What examples does the report give for that? Sounds exciting.
They list some compelling ones. The rapid development of autonomous vehicles, for instance.
Right, self-driving cars.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the potential for truly personalized medicine based on analyzing our individual genetic data. Sophisticated advanced robotics, too.
And those recommendation engines we see everywhere.
Those incredibly complex recommendation platforms,
Yeah.
exactly. They power so much of our online experience now. That's AI at work.
Okay. And you mentioned earlier it's not just building new things from scratch. It's changing established industries too, right?
Yes, absolutely. And the report details how AI is revolutionizing traditional sectors, as they put it, sectors that have been around forever.
Which ones do they highlight?
We see examples like precision agriculture, using AI to optimize crop yields, manage water, that sort of thing.
Okay.
The finance industry, of course. AI is driving fintech applications, and it's drastically improving fraud detection.
Huge for banks.
Huge. And logistics, AI, optimizing delivery routes, managing smart warehouses more efficiently.
So it's really widespread.
Very widespread. And this application across both new and old industries, the report argues, opens up significant new avenues for economic growth and investment.
Now, for the flip side, every silver lining has a cloud, right? And this source doesn't seem to shy away from the major challenges. What does the report identify as the biggest concern when it comes to AI's impact on jobs? The elephant in the room.
Yeah, this is where the report addresses that legitimate concern about job displacement head on.
Okay.
It notes that tasks which are highly routine, repetitive, those are particularly susceptible to being automated by AI and robotic systems.
Makes sense. The predictable stuff.
Exactly. Now, the document is careful to point out that AI does also create entirely new roles.
Like what?
Positions like data scientists, AI engineers, specialists in AI ethics jobs that didn't really exist a decade ago. And this is it strongly emphasizes that this whole shift requires a significant restructuring of the existing workforce. It's not a simple swap.
Okay, a restructuring. So if large numbers of people need new skills, according to the source, what does that mean for the average worker and, for society more broadly?
The report argues pretty strongly that this demands massive investment in programs focused on reskilling and upskilling the workforce, education and training.
That sounds expensive.
It is. And this is a critical point in the analysis. The document is quite pointed here. If this transition isn't managed proactively, thoughtfully, it could actually worsen income inequality.
How so?
Well, it risks creating a significant economic gap, a gap between those who have the advanced digital cognitive skills needed for this evolving AI economy and those who don't.
The digital divide, but maybe on steroids.
Kinda, yeah. And the source really highlights the urgent need for governments and businesses to collaborate. They need to implement stronger social safety nets, new employment policies, things specifically designed to facilitate a just transition for workers whose roles might be automated away.
A just transition. That's key phrasing. Okay, so beyond jobs and inequality, which are huge, the report also dives into significant ethical and regulatory issues. What are the key concerns the document raises there?
Yeah, it outlines several really important ethical and regulatory questions that pop up as AI gets more integrated into, everything.
Like privacy.
Data privacy is a big one, yes. How our personal information is used to train and power these AI systems.
Okay. What else?
There's also the issue of algorithmic bias. This is where AI systems can unintentionally pick up or even amplify existing societal biases present in the data they learn from.
Which can lead to unfair outcomes, right?
Exactly, perpetuating inequalities. Then there's transparency. How does an AI actually make a decision, especially in critical areas like, say, loan applications or hiring? Can we understand it?
The black box problem.
Right. And finally, the question of responsibility, accountability. Who's liable when an AI system makes a mistake or causes harm?
That's a tricky one.
It is. And the report warns that a lack of clear frameworks, clear rules in these areas, it could either stifle beneficial innovation because people are too scared, or worse, it could lead to really undesirable social outcomes if the tech runs unchecked.
So the source is clearly arguing that sitting back and waiting isn't really an option here. We need proactive policies.
Exactly. The report explicitly calls for proactive public policies. Policies that aim to foster responsible AI.
Responsible AI.
Meaning finding that careful balance. You want to encourage the innovation, the economic growth AI enables, but you simultaneously need strong guardrails. Protections for individual rights, ensuring fairness, maintaining overall social well-being.
It's a balancing act.
A difficult one, yes.
Okay, so the report wraps up by suggesting some key goals and strategies then for a successful, maybe more equitable implementation of AI. What are the main things it proposes?
It lists several interconnected goals, yeah. First, fostering significant investment in AI R&D, research and development, especially in areas that promise both high economic and high social value.
Okay, invest in the tech.
Second, developing cutting-edge education and training programs across the board, from basic digital literacy in schools up to large-scale reskilling programs for adults already working.
Investing in people, too.
Crucially. Third, establishing agile yet ethical regulatory frameworks. Rules that can adapt as the tech evolves, but still ensure privacy, address bias, clarify legal responsibilities.
Agile regulations. That sounds challenging.
It is. Fourth, promoting robust public-private collaboration. Getting governments, businesses, universities, civil society groups all working together.
Breaking down silos.
Exactly. Fifth, continuously measuring and analyzing AI's impact, using key indicators, GDP growth, jobs, inequality levels, so we actually know what's happening.
Data-driven policy.
Hopefully. And finally, ensuring equitable access to AI tech and the opportunities it creates. Actively working to reduce that digital divide so the benefits aren't just concentrated with a few.
Okay, quite a list. So to kind of bring this deep dive to a close then, the core finding from this source seems pretty undeniable. AI is an incredibly potent economic force, huge potential to amplify productivity, drive innovation, create new opportunities.
Absolutely. But, as this report makes crystal clear, this profound technological revolution comes hand in hand with major challenges we just cannot ignore.
Particularly that significant job disruption.
And the very real risk of growing inequality if these forces aren't addressed proactively. That comes through very strongly.
Yeah. The analysis really emphasizes needing a holistic approach, doesn't it? Investing not just in the tech, but critically in people, education, training.
Alongside establishing those strong ethical guardrails
Yeah.
and adaptable regulatory frameworks you mentioned.
And the report's view seems to be that strategic collaboration across government, industry, academia, everyone, that's absolutely key.
It's key to shaping a future where AI truly serves as an engine for growth that is both inclusive and sustainable, making sure the benefits are shared widely.
And it's important to remember, this isn't just some abstract economic analysis we've been discussing. The way this transformation is managed, maybe even just over the next few years, it will directly impact job markets, the kind of education and skills that become valuable, and potentially levels of inequality for you listening and for your community.
Yeah, it's personal. And as this document states right near the end, the way in which we manage this transformation will define the economic landscape for the next decades.
Wow. That's a powerful statement.
It is. So thinking about everything we've just unpacked from the report, all the opportunities, all the challenges, maybe a final thought for you listening. What specific steps do you think are the most critical right now to ensure this transformation actually leads to a more inclusive future for everyone?